Now, another way naman, in my opinion, no, kasi again, this is what happened to me, from the perspective naman ng mga undergrad. So as you guys know, I never graduated school. Nakatungtong lang ako first year ng college. And yun na, tapos na. I became a dad early, had to start working early. Started working at around 18, 19. And, eventually I tried my own business at age 25. And I'm here now, 37 years old, Argonza Trading Founders, Kinti, all of those. So, from a perspective naman ng kung ano yung nangyari sa akin, sa akin naman, I believe, no, na the people na maagang napipilitang mabuhay sa tunay na mundo, as they say, the real world, have a certain advantage.
We believe that every person should have a shot at being an entrepreneur.
So in this podcast, we will be sharing tips and strategies that we give to our own clients, as well as discuss real-life topics that pertain to certain industries and businesses.
This is Mentorship Monday.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Mentorship Mondays, episode 5, entitled Does College Prepare You for the Business World? Okay, and today you have RP, Ryan, and Chris in this podcast. And just to be more specific, we are looking to discuss whether or not going into college is better preparation for the business world as compared to people like, for example, ako. As you guys know, I didn't go to college exactly. I never finished college. I went into working right away, eventually started my own business, and the rest is history. So we're going to try and talk about today whether or not going to college better prepares you for the business world.
All right. That's
okay.
a
good topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it does. Okay. So I think so me, like my background itself. So I went to college, and then I took up a different course though. It's like a foreign affairs course, consular and diplomatic affairs. And then I also took up a diploma course in corporate finance. Now, as far as my bachelor's degree, I would say that I did not, because it's a different course, right?
Yeah.
But I think that if I had the right course, like for the business that I want to go into, so let's say something like business or entrepreneurship or something relevant to the course I want, the business I want to put up, let's say a hotel business, then I would take up HRM. So things like that, I do believe that learning about it first and having mentors or teachers tell you about, their experiences and best practices and so on.
Yeah.
Knowing about it first before tackling it would be a plus.
Okay. Good point.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity to go into school, I believe that it would help. However, that is not the only place where you can learn from, right? There are a lot of people out there that learn on the job. There are a lot of other resources other than schools that you can learn from. But in my opinion, if you can go to school to learn about it first, then you should.
All right.
That's a very good point. Tama. Kasi if you have the resources to, then by all means, go to school and try and finish a course related to the business that you would like to take up eventually.
Yeah.
No? Pero let me ask you guys something. How many people do you know personally na yung itinapos nila is the business that they actually, or is the course that they used for the business that they put up?
Actually, konti lang.
Ako, I'm sure there are, pero wala akong maisip. Okay? Ikaw, Ryan, you said konti lang. Can you give us an example?
Yes, kasi yung isa kong batchmate way back in college, yung course niya was business kasi they have a business na, sikat sa Cagayan de Oro. Pero yun nga, nag-translate naman, napalaki niya. Nadala niya sa Manila. I think wala pa siyang physical store dito sa Manila, pero may mga suppliers na.
May distributors na siya
Yes,
dito.
may distributors na siya. So, yun.
Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, thank you. Ikaw, Ryan, what do you think about the college or going to college? Does it prepare you better, or does it prepare people better for business? What do you think?
Actually, I think it depends. It depends on
The person.
the person and the thing that you want in the future. All right.
Okay.
When I say what you want in the future, kasi, for example, ikaw nakatapos ka ng college, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Pero hindi yun yung gusto mo talaga eh. Kumbaga napilitan ka lang because of your family, because of the some people behind you or relatives na gustong, ito, kunin mo to siya, mag-nursing ka kasi ito yung kumbaga trend ngayon, ito yung pasok ngayon.
Nursing, very Filipino.
Oo,
Okay.
diba?
Mhm.
So, kasi sa time namin, yung college pa ako, ang daming nag-nursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Especially sa mga provinces. I hear na parents na, especially parents who were working abroad.
Yes, they forced their
talagang pinupush. Hindi ba siguro pinuforce, pero pinupush.
Yeah, binibigyan ng idea. Ito yung kikitain mo. It will give you a good life in the future dun sa kung makapunta kayo sa abroad, yung mga ganun. So,
hindi naman quote-unquote pinuforce. Pero pag di mo ginawa, pwede ka naman. Palalayasin ka lang naman.
Yes.
Joke lang. Sige, go Ryan, please.
Yeah, depends naman kasi. Kasi yun nga, yun yung gusto nila. Pero in reality, yung gusto mo is you want to build your own a business in the future. Magiging businessman ka. So, yun yung mga cases na, kumbaga, for me, na taliwas. Kasi iba yung, kumbaga, pinag-aralan mo, tapos papasok ka sa business. Kasi may mga ginanong kilala eh. Nag-nursing ng college, after they graduated it, nag-take ng boards, pasado pa sila ng boards ha. Pero hindi nila tinuloy yung nursing.
Mm-hmm.
They went to other, or venture, kumbaga nag-business sila. So, in that kind of mindset, siguro for me, medyo mahirap yun. Kasi wala kang alam about the business eh. Kasi naglipat ka kaagad, nag-change ka kaagad.
So sa ganun situation, going into college didn't necessarily help you, no?
It did not help them. Pero what I'm saying is that if kung mentality mo talaga, alam mo, bata ka pa na gusto mong mag-business or nasa lahi niyo, nasa family niyo na mag-business, and then you went to a business school or business college course. I mean, so yun, magiging mas prepare ka kaysa sa ibang, hindi naman, mas magiging prepare ka sa ibang tao. Kasi you will have mentors like your professors. They will teach you ano talaga yung process if you're going into business. Kasi pag college ka, 'di ba, meron pa nga tayong like first sem, second sem na yung gagawa kayo ng sarili yung product, i-try nyo ibenta.
Correct.
'Di ba?
Pieces.
Oo, mga cases. So sa ganun pa lang, kumbaga tinuturuan na kayo. If ever paano kung yung sa tingin mo is patok, pero pagdating nung actual, hindi pala. So, parang tinuturuan na kayo paano mag-bounce back, paano mag-start ng business, if nag-fail, anong gagawin, yung mga ganong idea. Yun, sabi ko naman.
Which are very helpful.
Yes, correct? Very helpful. So, again, it depends kasi for me, ako, hindi ako nagtatapos ng college eh. Pero, yun yung mindset ko dati, mag-business in the future. Bata pa ako, actually, 3 yung dream ko. Maging doctor, sundalo, businessman.
So yung basketball?
Wala eh. Maliit kasi ako nung bata eh.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yun. Yun, hindi ako nag-graduate ng college. Pero hanggang 3rd year lang ata ako. Pero yung struggle na idea pag put up ng business, yun yung nakatulong sa akin without any mentors or without going to a business school.
Okay.
Alright.
So, yun yung point ko. So, actually, it depends. If ever naman, nasa saktong mindset ka, mas makakatulong talaga if nag-graduate ka ng college for that specific na gusto mo.
Okay. So this is a bit controversial, no? Kasi by no means am I saying, no? So if there are any college kids listening to this right now, I am by no means saying na mag-drop out na kayo
Don't go to
mag-nurse,
school.
no? Hindi ganun, ha? Mamaya magalit ang mga schools na pinagsasalitaan namin.
Hindi tayo
But,
mapapalikan.
Hindi tayo makapunta sa
Hindi tayo
matter
mapapalikan.
natin.
Here's an interesting take. And the reason why this is my take is because this is what happened to me personally, no? So, I think what you said earlier, yung capability, yung resources is key. Yung tipong kung kaya mo mag-aral and wala ka naman pamilyang bubuhayan, mag-aral ka. Okay? Now, another way naman, in my opinion, no, kasi again, this is what happened to me. From the perspective naman ng mga undergrads, so as you guys know, I never graduated school. Nakatungtong lang ako first year ng college. And yun na, tapos na. I became a dad early, had to start working early. Started working at around 18, 19. And, eventually I tried my own business at age 25. And I'm here now, 37 years old, Argonza Trading Founders, Kinti, all of those. So, from a perspective naman ng kung ano yung nangyari sa akin, sa akin naman, I believe, no, na the people na maagang napipilitang mabuhay sa tunay na mundo, as they say, the real world, have a certain advantage. Okay? Think about it. So, say I went to school. That's another 4 years of my life na igugugol ko sa school. Okay? So, after kung mag-aral ng 4, that's granting na wala pa ako ibinagsak, wala akong back subject. That's granting na I am a very model student.
4 years.
That is, close to impossible. Pero, let's assume na 4 years straight graduate ako. Then, the RP who was an undergrad had a 4-year head start than the RP who is a graduate. By that time, I would have been 22, 23, 23, 24, mga ganyan. I was already a team leader noon sa isang call center. Baka nga yun, no, I was already an assistant OM noon, noong mga time na yun. Okay? Kung saan kami nagkakilala ni Wenny and etc. So, I would have already started yung ipon, the ipon na I would eventually use to create si AFS pa back then before I became Argonza Trading. So from that standpoint, lamang naman yung tao na maagang nag-umpisa sa mundo. Okay? Now obviously, there won't always, kasi we can say na hindi, malay mo naman, the RP na nakatapos ng school had better ideas, got investors, became bigger, etc. Kasi I did take up rather a business course. Although doesn't really count, again, first year college lang naman yun. So, what do you think of that? So, from a perspective naman ng mga tao dyan na baka mamaya kasi merong katulad ng story ako dyan. Na right now, I understand, baka bata ka lang, early 20s, maybe even late teens, 18, 19, like how I was. And you no longer have the ability to go to school, thus, kailangan nagtatrabaho ka na.
For me kasi, I think, maganda actually yung point ni RP. It's actually case-to-case basis. It depends sa personality ng tao. Yung kay RP, nakita ko is, he has a strong mindset. Kasi early on, gusto niya talagang maging successful. So you work for it, even though hindi ka nakatapos ng school.
Yeah, but just to clarify, I never really, kasi building on the premise na you guys were talking about earlier, na kailangan maaga pa lang, alam mo kasi if you're the person na pang business. While I had an idea na I wanted to be big, I wanted to be somebody who was able to, or who will be able to provide everything that my family wants, I didn't necessarily see myself as a business person. So, it wasn't really like na when I started working, I was building towards, para magninegosyo ako eventually. Lahat na matututunan ko rito, gagamitin ko for business. It wasn't like that. Okay? It was more of, habang natututo ko, I saw opportunities. Habang gumagaling ako in the real world stuff. Kasi while like what you said earlier, while a college or going to a good school will prepare you ng maayos talaga in a corporate setting, it pales in comparison sa talagang pagdadaanan mo pag nandun ka na, pag talagang nakita mo na yung tunay na office politics, pag nakita mo na yung tunay na tax na ninatanggal sa sweldo mo, yung pagko-commute mo ng madaling araw, etc., pagpo-fulfill mo ng certain projects. Kahit na anong preparation na ibigay sa ng isang school, I guess we can all agree na the real world will be 100 times more difficult.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So building on that premise, let me ask you guys again, what do you think? Kasi there is an angle na I'm seeing na the person who started out earlier, getting started on the dream, on whatever that dream is, dream of success. Again, when I started, it wasn't really building towards a business. It was more of, kailangan mabigay ko yung kailangan na anak ko. Nung unti-unti yung naging maayos na, okay, kailangan magkaroon ako ng maayos na bahay naman. Nung nagkamaayos na, okay, kailangan makaipon ako for whatever investments na pwede. Then eventually, nakakita ako ng business opportunity. So from that standpoint, lamang si RP na hindi graduate. Kasi mas maaga siya nakapagtrabaho, mas maaga siya natuto, mas maaga siya nakaipon. As compared na kay RP na 4 years, again, granting na hindi bumagsak yung RP na yun, which is close to impossible, na dun palang mag-uumpisa 4 years after.
Yeah, I agree with you, but again, for me, it really is a case-to-case basis. It depends on the person. Yes, maganda nga yun kasi nadaanan mo na lahat ng pwedeng daanan ng bago. Alright? So, kasi after college, yun sinabi mo, after college, it will prepare us sa real world. Now, ang real world is very different doon sa iniisip mo.
Correct.
Right?
It is an extremely different animal.
Actually, akala natin pagtapos ng college, okay na ako. Actually, it's just a start. Alright? And different siya doon sa mga tinuturo. Alright? May mga ganun eh. Different siya. May mga bagay na hindi mo alam na ito pala ang sinasabi dati ni Prof. Ganito, ganito. So yes, advantage yung nangyayari sa'yo kasi, kumbaga, lahat yon is nadaanan mo by experience. So again, it will depend on the person.
So case-to-case basis.
It's case-to-case basis
You know,
for me.
we will eventually have to give an official answer. Ha? Hindi pa pwedeng panay, depends on the person.
Yes, it depends on the person. For me, it depends on the person kasi, pero what I believe is yung mas maganda kasi nakatapos ka din ng college. Kung yung gusto mong course na yun talaga yung, like for example, nagtapos ka ng business course or business school, kasi at least that time, may idea ka on how to run a business. Then, yung real world is different from the expectations that we have. So, madadaanan mo talaga yung hirap, pagod. Yeah, may advantage yung nakapagdaanan ng earlier. Pero, for me, pagdating naman sa business, yung sabi nga ni basta international na artista, it's not a race, okay? It's
not a sprint.
Yes.
It's a marathon.
Yun parang someone like that na follow your dreams. All right? It's not there's thing na hindi pa late talaga kasi pwede kang maging successful at a late age eh. Just do what you want to do. Kung ano yung gusto mo, ano yung think mo or isip mo na maging successful ka, just follow your dreams, do your just do it the right way, yung parang ganon. Nakalimutan ko na yung quote, basta maganda yung quote.
I think you're referring to Gary Vaynerchuk.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington
Yes.
ba? Something very similar is something naman na ina-advocate ni Gary Vaynerchuk na he believes na people who are being pressured if you're 30s, 40s, 50s na ang 40 na ako, 50 na ako, wala pa ako na-achieve. He believes na bata ka pa, marami ka pang pwedeng gawin so you can start. Then he goes on to use parang si Alibaba as a story. So, si Alibaba found his success when he was a little bit older na. So yeah, I get it. I do get it. But from the so yun yung yun yung argument mo na.
Yun lang
yung mga tao na
yes.
na in terms of starting early na delay sila because of trying to finish college pa. Okay.
In my opinion though, so let's give your situation, diba? So a person, let's say in 4 years, finishes college, and in the 4 years, another one works, and then gets promoted and so on, right? So if we compare both of them, from the college level, this person would have more theoretical, more technical,
more polished,
more knowledge. While on the other hand,
si college RP to.
The college RP,
the graduate RP, yes.
would have more theoretical knowledge,
Yes.
kind of an idea on how everything would work, maybe examples. Basta ganun. Theoretically, hold on. So theoretically, the next RP, yung nagtrabaho, he would have more real world
experience.
Yes.
Factual.
Yeah, yung RP na yan
Yes, you
has
are.
real world experience. So he would have the experience like leadership, how to talk to people, and so on, right? More of the hard work because, as I remember when I was in college, diba? So yung sinasabi ko, oy, mahirap yung coursework or whatever, it does not compare to when you actually start work, right? So in that respect, 4 years in, I would say lamang ang real world RP.
Okay.
But if you add another 5 years to that, if you have that
I get your point.
person,
Foundation.
yes, if you had that foundation, that yes, you know the theoretics, and then you add another 5 years, and you have that person who also has whatever experience that RP real world did, then you would say lamang na yun nag-graduate.
But you're coming from the premise na yung foundation na nakuha niya in school is better than the foundation na nakuha ng tao in the real world. You're also going to add additional 5 years dun sa tao na may real world.
So the person in real world would have more real world experience. Not unless this person, you, as you did, took up other certifications, took up other learnings.
Kasama yun I did that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you don't do that, if you just rely on real world experience, then I would have to say that the person who took up college would have more, I guess, positive, more, mas daming armas, kumbaga.
Bala. Kumbaga.
So I would say if normally you took up college and after, it would pay dividends. That's also, sorry. Now, that doesn't mean that if you didn't take up college, then, it's, you're not gonna get there. It just means that you're gonna also have to find other ways to get that learning rather than your college.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I don't necessarily agree with it. I respect
That's
it.
okay.
The only part of it that I agree is there is a strong possibility that the CRP who graduated from college may come out a little bit more polished. But kasi iba rin yung pagka-polish na makukuha mo sa tunay na mundo eh. Say for example, you may be polished as far as paperworks are concerned, as far as knowing structures are concerned from a textbook standpoint. Pero si real world RP, 4 years after naman, pagka-graduate mo, may already be more polished as far as speaking to actual people who run businesses.
Yes. So again, if we're talking about freshly grad RP versus RP that
Have
had a job
experience
for
of
4
4
years.
years.
At that point, yes.
Oo,
Lamang
pero
siya.
you are also banking on the thinking na si real world RP, yung 5 years in na magiging experience ni fresh grad RP, si real world RP would be stagnant. You also banking on the fact na walang ibang natutunan yung tao na yun.
But that's a different situation. If you're saying that in the 4 years, aside from learning the
that's
job,
only natural.
No. It's not always like that. Not everyone who works would also study at the same time. Usually, what they do is, it's like a regular 9 to 5. Pang matapos yung trabaho, and then after work is done, they do something else.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that within the 4 or 5 years that you're working, if you are also learning so many other things,
But
then
the discussion is not about how to better prepare yourself for a career. It's about how to better prepare yourself for business. So the things that you are learning in the real world, it is given that you are trying to learn for a business as well. Kasi the preparation for business is the question. It's not preparation for the world.
yeah, and that's also assuming that the business you want to go into is the same business, is the same work that you're doing right now.
There's a lot of it na can relate. For example, personal experience nga, customer service and sales. Very big part of what we do here. So yung training na nakuha ko sa customer service and sales, na 4 years, I can argue, is more important than the thing na I would be learning doon sa diploma ko.
I get this point, yeah.
Kasi, so si graduate RP, pag graduate niya, fine, alam niya, i-discuss ang isang buong structure ng organization. Si real world RP knows how to close customers.
No, you're underestimating then
Yeah,
the learning that you can get from the
5
degree.
years. The
You're
span.
also you're grossly underestimating din yung learning na makukuha mo sa tunay na mundo. I think there's a saying na the best teacher is experience.
And I'm also going to say it is the most expensive teacher as well.
Correct. Pero the saying is it is the best. There's no saying na the best teacher is somebody else other than experience.
And it's also very it's not consistent. So experience by some person can be a multitude of things, right? Like and
It's a good topic. It's a very
Engaging topic.
Engaging topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige, so ganito. So I guess we will all be able to agree in one point, no? Para matanggal na yung play safing natin and we pick one side. So I guess we can all agree na we will say na kung may choice ka, if you can go into or go to school, if you have the ability to go to school, then go to school. If wala, then try and get started at that dream business now.
Yeah.
If I think the best way is, especially nowadays in the 21st century, nowadays you can go to school while starting a business.
Oh,
I
I think
think-
sa play safe mo eh.
No, that is the best. You can do it. It
Okay,
is
sige.
possible now.
In that case, let us each choose our final answer. Going to college, is it better? Will it prepare you better for business? Or do you think going into business early, like a lot of the billionaires in the world happen to do, would be
The
a better
outliers?
route?
Are you talking about the outliers?
Top 1% outliers.
Based on my opinion, yeah, it's better
To go to school.
to go to school.
Okay, thank
if
you,
if
Ryan.
that's your kumbaga yun talaga yung gusto mo, choose your the right course. Yun.
Okay, Chris?
Yeah, I would choose going to school first.
Okay. Again, I am by no chance saying na going to school will be bad for you. Okay, but I have to go with what has worked for me personally, which is if you have a dream now and it's very clear to you now and you have the ability to go into business now, I would say, especially if it's a need, no? Like what happened to me, it's a need. I have a company. I had a family na needed my support. I would say then it would be okay to forgo college. Kasi the things na, especially in most businesses na I know, the things that you will need to learn, unfortunately, you will only learn when you are there. We have a lot of clients who are business graduates, some of them doctorate graduates pa, pero they come to us for consultancy kasi nga it is very different when you have to run your own business. So for me, not so much. Okay, but ewan ko, ang defense mechanism ko lang yun na pinagtatanggol ko ang mga undergrad ng mundo, pero that would be my answer.
All right.
Okay.
And magandang topic yun. I think pwede tayo mag-part 2.
Yeah, if you guys want to see that, just let us know. Maybe you can do put in the comments. Just let us know what else topics we can do in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That was an exciting half hour.
Yeah.
I like that particular one.
Maganda nga.
And I'm a bit surprised. I was the only one on the undergrad van. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
I
undergraduate
respect
ako.
I respect everyone's opinion. That's okay. So, in true founders fashion, we would like to end this episode in a word. One word that we believe properly summarizes this episode, this topic. Okay, so who would like to start? What is your word?
Ako na.
Okay.
You know,
Experience.
Experience. Okay. Ryan says experience. Chris.
Me would be learn.
Learn.
Yeah, learn.
Okay.
Learning,
so
learn.
experience and learn. Okay. For me, it would be 2 words pero hyphenated, so 1 word. For me, it would be real world. Okay, so
I
connect.
think that's
pwedeng-
cheating.
That's cheating.
For me, it
Real
will be real world. Okay, in the sense na when you say experience, I agree. But to me, it is more valuable to have real world experience.
Yes.
Learning, I agree. Real world learning.
Ayaw patalo
Okay, so definitely may part to to. May part to to, promise. So with that, we'd love to hear you guys out. So if there are people who are still with us, if you have a word, please tell us. What is that word? What do you believe properly summarizes this episode? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, my name is RP.
Ryan.
Chris.
Take care, everyone. See you in the
next
next
Monday.
episode.
Next Monday.
Hey Hey business people, RP here. Thank you for listening to Mentorship Mondays. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to like and follow our channel, Mentorship Mondays, and share this episode to somebody whom you think may learn from it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next Monday.